Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name's Dave Burney.
I'm Brent Apperson. Good morning.
Oh, man, I got a busy day today. I don't like it when people tell you how busy they are, but I'm going to go ahead and do that. But, I got a well digger coming in.
A well digger?
Yeah, into the neighborhood. I got the surveyor
doing?
lined up.
What are you doing at your house?
It's not my house. I'm working on your project over at your place. And
a well digger?
Well,
What?
I'm not saying we're going to dig a well, but I just want him to check and do some testing and see how much water is available underground, because I'm finding that the proposed bird bath that I'm working on for your yard to enhance the habitat for birds and give them a joyous life is going to require more water than your house can handle. And so I'm looking to see about drilling a small well in your yard.
You know, this whole bird bath thing is starting to take on the feel of one of those reality shows on, I don't know, HGTV or whatever. There's one out there. I don't know if it's still on, but there was one where these guys came in and put in these crazy aquariums in people's homes. And this almost sounds like that's turning this idea of a bird bath at my house is turning into that with this. It seems like you keep adding to what this bird bath is going to be.
Well, I'm just here to say there's nothing crazy about it. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to enhance
Well, first
the
off,
neighborhood.
there's already a bird bath there.
It's too shallow. It's too small. And if we're really going to enhance birds' lives, we need to have a deluxe model for them that holds gallons and gallons of water so they can really, fluff up their feathers and swim around. And I proposed yesterday that we might put a little diving board, little bird diving board on it for them so they can jump in or, perch on the diving board and dry their feathers. You ever notice that sometimes after they take a bath, they like to have a little place to fluff up their feathers and dry out? It's really cute. You're going to love it. It's going to be just a piece of entertainment in your life that you never expected, and I'm doing it for you.
Love you, neighbor.
Well, and I will.
Oh,
I will not be available for the breakfast show tomorrow or Friday.
Okay.
Because I'll be working on this project, and I got to meet the guys when it's light out. So. And they have rigid schedules.
Well, I don't mean to be a downer on this.
Well, don't be a downer.
But, it's not your property. Don't you need permission in order to do all of this stuff? Because it seems to me that you're doing all of this while if you're gone, I've got to be here.
That's right. That's exactly right. You're here and I'm there. It's going to work out great.
Okay.
It's about, we're not going to do anything right away. This is all surveying and planning. I want to get some 3D drawings.
I was going to say, I don't really want to go home and see a crader in the yard.
No.
Great big hole.
I know we have to work this out with your landlord as well. So I'm not going to move any property without his permission. It doesn't really matter if, I hate to put it this way, but if your landlord's okay with it and you're not, it can still go ahead and be done. There are ways, and I have contacted my legal eagle after a conversation yesterday.
So I've got to ask you, what are your attorney fees on a yearly basis?
Well, I do a lot of...
You're always talking to legal counsel.
Well, I do a lot of barter.
Oh, don't you agree, people? As you listen to the breakfast show, Dave is always talking to legal counsel. I've noticed that, working with you for the past several years.
Well, what you have to do...
It's like you have... Do you have a lawyer on standby?
I kind of move around a little bit. a lot of times we have some disagreements, but you have to, with lawyers, find out their weak spots and find out.
Really?
Well, yeah, because there's always something that in life everybody wants, and when you find out what a lawyer maybe doesn't have and they want, then you do some barter work with them and say, I can get you this if you do that.
Oh.
I know that's not normal procedures and kind of unheard of, but I'm telling you it can be done. We better move
Kind of
along.
sounds illegal, but that's all right.
No. There's,
Okay.
well, I don't know if you've noticed it recently, but the laws can or cannot be enforced in our country. So I'm pushing the envelope a little bit, but it's going to be to your benefit.
Oh, yes.
Now-
always to my benefit.
We better go here because
yes.
we got
What?
the mind match game coming
Oh,
up.
goodness. Yes, we do have to get to that.
So-
Now we got 9 minutes.
Okay, let's take a look at the school lunch menus.
Okay.
We can do that together as neighbors and friends.
You want to start or you want me
No,
to?
I'd like you to.
Okay. Litchfield today. Mexi Tots is going to be on the menu today at Litchfield.
Thedford, sweet and sour chicken.
Let's see. Cozad, chicken patty with hot roll, grilled ham and cheese sandwich, and pizza bar. Some of your choices at Cozad today.
Hot ham, cheese, sandwiches, and chips at Ansley today.
Gothenburg today. Chicken fried rice, mini corn dogs. Grill station combo is a barbecue rib sandwich basket. Made fresh cheesy pizza, fresh baked tuna salad sub, and Uncrustable cheese and cracker platter. Some of your choices at Gothenburg today.
Arcadia Public Schools featuring barbecued pulled pork sandwiches.
Loop City today. Breaded beef or a barbecue chicken sandwich on the menu at Loop City.
At Arnold, spaghetti.
Sandhill School in Dunning. Sweet and sour chicken on the menu at Sandhills.
Broken Bow Public Schools, it's chicken fried rice, mini corn dogs, fresh baked ham and cheese subs, Uncrustable cheese and cracker platter. Grill Station combo features the grilled chicken sandwich basket and My Way saucy nug. I assume that's nuggets.
Yeah, I would assume, yeah.
The My Way saucy nug station with breadstick.
Sergeant today, pig in a blanket or a runza. Also chips, baked beans, fruit cup or apple crisp, and milk on the menu at Sergeant.
Meatball subs at Callaway today.
SEM Barbecue Mustang Sandwich at Sumner Eddyville Miller.
The Prairie Pioneer Center, chili, hot dogs, baked beans, carrots, and fruit.
All right, one more school lunch menu. Anselmo Myrna chicken fried rice, mini corn dogs, and the Uncrustable cheese and cracker platter at Anselmo Myrna.
All right, our consolation prize today for the Mind Match game will be a big pig in a blanket at Runza. So let's hear from Runza, and we'll be right back.
The Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
It's the best start to my day.
John just tried Runza's new Jammin' Bacon Cheeseburger with its sweet heat bacon jam, pepper jack cheese, bacon, and cream cheese.
Whoa, this burger's like totally
What?
you know, boom 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 boom. Shh.
Not sure I'm getting it.
It's totally jammin'.
Ah, I see. Well, don't jam with your mouth full. Try the Jammin' Bacon Cheeseburger because Runza makes it all better.
Remember, today is Pigs in a Blanket Day at your Broken Bow Runza.
All right, we'll be playing the Mind Match game here shortly, and Brent Apperson will be your MC/host. He runs the game. He does a great job. I think it just sounds like you should be on TV, but I'm glad you're not because you're on the radio. And we're looking forward to giving our contestant a chance to match my mind. They've asked again
Yes.
for years. I don't know why, because some of the questions that Jeremy asked me this last time, these are pre-recorded replies. I'm going to be honest with you, they kind of stumped me. So it's Deb Reiner is our contestant today.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
We're going to get Deb on there, and I suppose if she wins, there's a chance we might get some little payback there too, just like with the lawyers.
Oh, well, yes.
Some peanut brittle maybe.
Absolutely.
Maybe not. But we hope she does well. It's a $75 cash prize today.
Yep, $75 in the jackpot.
So It's kind of exciting, isn't it?
It is, yes.
So we're going to take a quick time out. Today is Oldies Day, Pure Country Day, Pure Country Nuggets today, kind of like the Nugs.
Oh, okay.
for
I like
lunch.
that.
Yeah. So when you get over here, pick out any oldie you like. I've kind of got them.
Now here's my question.
Yes.
We are now in the year 2026.
Yes.
Now, when I was growing up, oldies were like 60s and 70s, but now I'm in my 50s.
Yes.
So what is an oldie? I'm just wondering here what where I can draw from. Let me ask you this: do you consider 80s country now oldies?
I do.
You do. Okay,
Yes.
Great, awesome.
Yeah. I think 80s is old. I mean, if you think about it, how many years
Well,
ago?
I know, 40 years ago.
But I think as time went along, we went through the 80s and 90s. The 90s, as we mentioned before, critics say was the best decade for country.
Mm-hmm.
And then, early 2000s were okay. And some critics say we digressed. And
Well, yeah, the sound has changed a
Yeah.
little bit.
And so you go to the oldies a little more often because for our station, we go through the top 50 songs every once in a while, and we'll find 2 or 3 that sound country.
Yeah, I hear you.
And so to mix that in with our pure country, we don't play all the current countries because they just don't match.
Yeah.
It's kind of 2 different formats. But I do believe 80s. And
So I can draw from the 80s.
yeah,
Awesome.
I don't think quite the 90s yet because they had a whole lot of hits in the 90s that still feel like currents.
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay.
'Kay.
We're going to take a time out. When we come back, got a little Buck Owens for you. And then, yes, ladies and gentlemen, Mind Match coming up.
The Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
Just want to let you know that I love the show.
I love what you guys are doing in the morning. It makes my day so much better.
KCNI, KBBN Radio.
Drivers and farmers need a DOT physical? Thompson Chiropractic has you covered. At Thompson Chiropractic in Broken Bow, Dr. Riley Thompson provides certified DOT physicals to keep you moving safely and confidently. Some call it a CDL physical or a med card. Whatever you call it, Thompson Chiropractic handles it with professional, hassle-free care. When it's time for your next DOT physical, remember Thompson Chiropractic in Broken Bow, your dependable stop for DOT exams.
Looking for a fresh start in a place you'll love to call home? Broken Bow Housing Authority has one-bedroom apartments available at Custer Heights. Enjoy easy living with no utilities, snow removal, or lawn care to worry about. Need more space? Choose from 2 to 5 bedroom homes with tenants responsible for snow removal and lawn care. Income limits do apply. Visit BrokenBowHousingAuthority.com to apply online today. Don't wait. Contact Broken Bow Housing Authority and open the door to your next home.
It's time for Mind Match on The Breakfast Show. We've got a contestant on the line, ready to answer 5 opinion-based questions. Their goal? Match at least 3 answers with the person we recorded before the show to win the growing cash jackpot. No right or wrong answers, just thinking alike. Let's see if their minds are in sync this morning.
All right, let's see if Deb Briner's mind is in sync with Dave Burney's mind. Boy, as we welcome Deb Briner to the show. Deb, I bet that comment scared you a little bit, huh?
Yeah, likely not, right?
Hey, thanks for registering to play Mind Match. It's great to talk to you. How you been?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Okay, so I think you know how this goes. We're going to ask you 5 questions. You give us your answer, and then we'll see if it matches the answer that Dave gave to the same questions, all right?
Okay.
Okay, so here we go. First question. How many days in a typical week do you eat breakfast?
Dave, how many days does he eat breakfast,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, good point, Deb, yes.
Okay. 6.
6 is the answer. All right, let's see what Dave had to say.
Question 1.
How many days in a typical week do you eat breakfast?
2.
Oh, only 2.
Saturday, Sunday.
Oh, Saturday and Sunday. You know what? I do the same thing. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Deb.
All right. Okay, so we didn't get a match on the first question, but that's all right. We got 4 more to go, and let's see what happens with question number 2. All right, how many times do you reopen the refrigerator in a day just to look inside?
3.
3 is the answer. All right, let's see what Dave had to say.
Question 2.
How many times do you reopen the refrigerator in a day just to look inside?
Just look inside?
Just to look inside.
Gosh. 2?
Oh, so close. All right, now you're still alive, Deb. We've got 3 questions left, so let's see if we can
Barely.
match these remaining 3. All right, here is your next question. How many magnets are currently on your refrigerator?
That's a tough one.
10. It wouldn't be him, it'd be Joan anyways, right?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. Okay, so your answer is 10, correct? That's your answer?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Let's see what Dave said.
Question 3.
How many magnets are currently on your refrigerator? A lot of refrigerator questions this week.
Wow. Would that include, like, picture magnets? I suppose it would. 7.
Oh. 7. Really? Did you count?
No, I didn't have
7 magnets.
I didn't have a clue, Deb.
Okay. Well, Deb, you're not going to be a winner. We haven't matched Dave on at least 3 of the 5 questions, but we've got 2 questions remaining. So, are you willing to answer those 2 for us? We'll see if maybe you could match on the last 2. All right?
Oh, sure.
Okay. Here we go. How many times into a meeting before you start wishing it would end?
Not how long into the meeting, but how many times?
How many minutes? So yeah, basically how long
How many
into
minutes?
Yeah, how many minutes into a meeting before you start wishing it would end?
25.
25. All right. Let's see what Dave said.
Question 4.
How many minutes into a meeting before you start wishing it would end?
6 minutes.
So when you show up to a meeting, you're almost ready for it to end.
Who is
Yeah,
it?
let's get this thing over with.
That's
right?
a good point. All right. We're going to ask you one more question, Deb. Here we go. I have a feeling you guys might match on this one. How many popcorn kernels being left in the bowl is the point when you stop eating them?
4.
4. Okay. All right. Let's see what Dave said.
Question 5.
How many popcorn kernels being left in the bowl is the point when you stop eating them?
None.
All right. I'm kind of with Dave. You just eat until the popcorn is gone. All right. Well, Deb, thank you very much for calling. We appreciate you very much being a contestant on Mind Match. And as a consolation prize, we're going to give you a certificate that's going to get you a free pig in a blanket that they serve on Wednesdays at Runza in Broken Bow. So when you can, come on out and see us, and we'll have that for you, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're a good sport, Deb. Thanks.
Thanks. Bye.
All right. Thank you, Deb. Appreciate you being a part of Mind Match here this morning. And Mind Match each and every Wednesday is brought to you by our friends at Gateway Motors and the Garden Center.
And Gateway Motors in Broken Bow are ready to get you on the road for life. Some things that you might not know when you purchase your vehicle from Gateway Motors. You own and they offer a lifetime powertrain limited warranty on specially tagged vehicles, covered for as long as you own it, and is for as many miles as you drive it. They also have windshield protection and other options that you can purchase with your purchase of your automobile to protect you through the full life of your car if you like. Also, check out their green tag specials. They have just $299 down, $299 a month on select vehicles with qualified lifetime powertrain coverage there as well. So invest your tax refund in a brand new or used vehicle at Gateway Motors in Broken Bow. They're ready to get you going on the road. And the Garden Center in Broken Bow is getting ready for spring with you, and they're thinking about getting that garden going. So they have garden seeds available, excuse me, and ready for you to come and select. They also have soil, grass seed, bulk seeds in packets, even jade green beans in bulk, plus grow lights and heat pads to get things started indoors. And yeah, you might end up leaving some of your yard ready to be spruced up a little bit with some yard art and pottery, and they can take care of that as well. So find the Garden Center in Broken Bow, excuse me, at 500 Thelma Street. That's 1 block south on Highway 2, and get what you need for spring.
All right. So here's the deal with no winner today on Mind Match. The jackpot now goes up to $100. So get registered to play, folks. You might be our first winner on Mind Match, and the jackpot now up to $100 when we play next time on Wednesday. So make sure you go to sandhillsexpress.com and get registered to play. Go to the contest page. That'll give you all of the details on how to get registered. Also, if you're still maybe a little bit unfamiliar on just how the game works, there will be details on that as well. So get registered, and maybe your name will be drawn when we play Mind Match next week.
That's this week's Mind Match. Want a shot at matching minds and winning the cash? Get yourself in the contestant pool now. Head to sandhillsexpress.com. Click the contests button on the homepage and sign up. We could be calling you next to play Mind Match on The Breakfast Show.
Evans Feed Company is proud to serve Central Nebraska's cattle producers with quality feed, mineral, and salt products, and great service, too. Evans Feed has a full line of feed products on hand. Bulk grain products, creep feed, and distiller's pellets, too. They have a very complete line of horse, goat, sheep, pig, bird, and chicken feeds, and pet foods galore. Check out Evans Feed. They deliver great products to your farm or ranch. 800-830-2119. Give them a call. That's Evans Feed, locally owned and operated.
In Nebraska, honesty and integrity matter. These are the values local broadcasters live by. When others try to divide and mislead, you need a source you can trust that knows your hometown. Nebraska broadcasters aren't just voices on your radio and faces on your screen. We're your neighbors, focused on improving the communities we call home, providing verified information you can trust. KCNI, KBBN, and the Nebraska Broadcasters Association. Serving our community, committed to truth.
Are your aches and pains preventing you from doing the things you love? Call Team Physical Therapy, 872-5111. We offer complete one-on-one physical therapy for you. Call Team Physical Therapy, 872-5111. Team Physical Therapy is known as the best hands in town and will help you achieve your goals to keep you moving. Call Team Physical Therapy at 872-5111 or check us out on the web at myteampt.com.
CBS News Brief. Day 19 of war, and Israel says it's killed a third top Iranian official in 2 days. Reporter Linda Gradstein from Jerusalem.
Israel announced that it killed Minister of Intelligence Ismail Khatib in an airstrike and said that all senior officials in Iran are targets for Israeli assassination.
Israel says an Iranian cluster bomb killed an elderly couple near Tel Aviv. Security lines massive at U.S. airports with more TSA workers calling out sick as they missed paychecks during the partial government shutdown. This passenger's in Atlanta.
This is the longest line that I've seen since maybe 2016, 17. I mean, I don't fly often, but it's never this bad.
People in Southern California still suffering through an oppressive heat wave. CBS's Carter Evans from Malibu.
Downtown LA yesterday hit 98 degrees. That is the earliest date on record that the city has hit that market. When it gets this hot, people around here get concerned about wildfires.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
In Nebraska news, Mark Martinez is asking the Nebraska Supreme Court to put him back on the ballot for the Douglas County Sheriff after the county election commissioner ruled he's ineligible under a 2024 law requiring a law enforcement certificate. The Douglas County GOP argued his certification is no longer active, while Martinez says the law doesn't require it to be active and that he meets all qualifications. He notes his candidacy was previously approved by state and county officials. With the primary approaching and the ballots to be printed, Martinez is seeking a fast ruling. The commissioner says she reversed her earlier approval after further legal review. This has been a Nebraska News Update. I'm Jack Simpson reporting for Central Nebraska's news source.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Steve DeSager.
The Miami Dolphins traded wide receiver Jalen Waddle to Denver, which gives up first and third rounders. Philadelphia signed wide receiver Hollywood Brown from Kansas City. In the NCAA basketball tournament, the first four in Dayton saw Howard beat UMBC 86-83. Howard versus Michigan Thursday night. And Texas will face BYU Thursday. Texas won 68-66 over NC State on a last-second jumper. NIT first-round wins for Oklahoma State, Wichita State, and for Tulsa in overtime. In the NBA, Oklahoma City won its ninth straight game, 113-108 at Orlando, 40 points for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Blowout wins late night for Denver and San Antonio. Indiana lost its 14th straight, Washington lost its 13th in a row, and Venezuela beat the U.S. 3-2 in the final of the World Baseball Classic. Top of the ninth, a Eugenio Suarez an RBI double.
Here's your weatherology forecast. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. Sunshine mixed with clouds at times. Today, with a high of 78. Winds out of the northwest, 8 to 15 miles per hour. Lows around 40 tonight. Sunshine expected tomorrow, high of 81. Ample sunshine and dry Friday and Saturday, low 80s. Friday, upper 80s by Saturday. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
Seasonal and favorite blizzards, traditional sundaes, cones, and shakes, hot burgers, chicken strips, fries, cheese curds, and more. They're waiting at Dairy Queen in Broken Bow. Download the app and enjoy amazing discounts and deals. Visit Dairy Queen in Broken Bow on West Highway 2.
8:03 is your time. Let's go outside and find out what it really feels like with Jack Simpson. I think it might be nice out there. It sure was when we got up this morning. Jack, what's it like out there?
It is really, really nice. You are correct. It was absolutely beautiful on my way out to work. I didn't have to auto start my car. It was beautiful. 37 right now. It's actually mostly cloudy as of this morning. Winds are calm. Barometric pressure at 29.98. Humidity 75%. We did have a little bit of precipitation yesterday, but only a trace, so the precipitation for this month will stay at 600s. A high yesterday of 66 with an overnight low of 35.
Yeah, a few sprinkles yesterday was all we could get out of yesterday's moisture. It didn't do a thing.
Nope.
It's very nice out there. Auto start. What is that with your automobile, Jack? I mean, don't you go out and start your car and then go back in and?
I mean, I have the ability to start it from up top of my apartment, especially when it's like really cold and I'm getting dressed and like showered in the morning. I can have it warm when I come out. So.
Jack, Brent Apperson here.
Yeah, Brent.
Question for you.
Uh-huh.
Where's the temperature at to determine whether you auto start your vehicle or you don't? Is there a certain temperature? Is it like 30 degrees?
I'd say anything under 20.
Under 20. Okay, well, I'll remember that because I know a guy who coming back from a ball game one night was starting that sucker up and it was 40 degrees outside.
Yeah, I had it started because the AC was on and I wanted it to be cold in the car.
Oh, okay. All right, I gotcha.
Thanks, Jack.
You're welcome.
That's what it really feels like outside.
I feel tears welling up, cold and deep inside, like my heart's sprung a big break, and the stab of blown.
Has the magic touch for your green oasis. A 4 or 5-step fertilizer program, sprinkler repair expertise, and top-notch aeration and mowing. Transforming your yard into a lush paradise is just a call away. Call Kyle at 308-870-0348. Serving Custer County and beyond.
Sharon Lawn Care and Sprinkler Repair, where the grass is always greener.
It is 8 minutes past the hour of 8 o'clock, and we have Husker basketball for you today on the ladies' side, right, Brent?
We do. The Nebraska women's basketball team will open play in the NCAA tournament. They will take on Richmond tonight. Winner will advance out and play again on Friday. And so we'll see if Nebraska can advance. You can listen to the game tonight on KBBN 95.3 FM. Coverage on the Huskers radio network will start at 5:30 tonight.
All right, some breaking news here this morning on the Breakfast Show that we don't really want to bring you, but as journalists, we must. And this is not a happy story. Right now, it costs you about $12 more to fill up compared to last month.
Ooh, yeah.
$12 a tank more right now. And it is expected to even maybe go up a little more. AAA says the national average for a gallon of the cheapest stuff now costs $3.79. That's 36 cents more than it cost on Monday and almost 90 cents more than a month ago before all the business with the rand started. So $12 more, you're going to reach into your credit card and your pocketbook to fill up that tank. And that's average, depending on where you're at and the size of your tank.
Correct.
Now,
yes.
One of the really nasty things about this, and I don't want to be dark about this, but diesel fuel for truckers and folks who use diesel, even worse.
Man.
A lot of $5 a gallon diesel fuel out there, and we're going into the spring planting season and hopefully some of our farmer friends out there contracted and got some prices locked in on their fuel. A lot of them do that. And the one thing they can't control is the price of fertilizer. And petroleum has a lot to do with the price of fertilizer, and it was already a very costly input. So hopefully we'll see this round out. But right now, that's a concern.
It is, yes.
So we'll be right back with better news.
The Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
My day starts right.
With Dave and Brent.
If we know one thing about our skin, it's that we notice it when it doesn't feel right. It's a good thing Varney Pharmacy has what you need to make your skin healthy. Cetaphil 16-ounce cleaners or lotions are $12.99. Olay Complete Daily Moisturizer, original or sensitive, is $9.99. Dove products are known for making your skin healthy. Beauty bars are $5.99, and so are body washes. Damage Therapy shampoo and conditioners are available at $4.99. Varney Pharmacy, with savings on skincare products in downtown Broken Bow.
Are you looking for a local seed solution working alongside a local partner? Call Terry Sterner about your alfalfa, cane, cover crop, and food plot goals. He'd be happy to talk to you about the solutions he offers as a representative for La Crosse Seed. To maximize ROI while also keeping your wallet in mind, go with proven products that increase the bottom line at a good price. Call Terry Sterner in Myrna at 308-643-9476. That's Terry Sterner at 643-9476 for alfalfa, cane, cover crop, and food plot seed.
SandhillsExpress.com is your go-to hub for all things local. From breaking news to community events, Sandhills Express has it all, keeping you in the loop 24/7. Whether it's news, weather, or the latest happenings, SandhillsExpress.com is your digital destination for everything that matters. Visit SandhillsExpress.com and get the pulse of central Nebraska at your fingertips.
12 past the hour of 8 o'clock. The world we live in, now, I suppose every decade in history, the population goes, the world's gone crazy. What the heck is going on? It didn't used to be this way. What are people thinking? Why is it so out of sync? You know, probably that conversation along the way over the years from the beginning of our country and up to this date, and the world. You know, why is it so much different? We don't like change. And progress is sometimes hard to swallow for some folks, including...
Sure. Yeah, change is difficult.
So I never thought I'd be reading a story like this, but I'm going to try to read it.
Okay.
We'll get over here closer. Just for you folks who aren't watching, I have a laptop over here, and I got the best eye doctor in the world. I just went there yesterday, got my eyes checked. And I do that every so often because they found some abnormal activity in my eyes.
Oh.
And I know a lot of you out there would say, well, that shouldn't surprise anybody. but I have to get kind of close with these glasses on because these are set up for a certain distance, which is really nice.
Yeah.
But that's not the distance from over there to here. So I get a little closer and I can read a little better. So I'd like to say sometimes when I stumble reading, it's because I can't see. That's not really the reason sometimes. It's a combination of both, not pre-reading, not being able to see, and sometimes stumbling.
Yeah.
I'm only human. But today I'd like to read this as closely to correct as I can because I think it's really a little bit unsettling.
Okay.
So I want to be serious about it.
All right.
You may be breaking a few copyright laws when your AI chat box gets sued by the actual dictionary.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Merriam-Webster and Britannica have filed lawsuits claiming that ChatGPT is merely a chattier, uncredited versions of their books. The dictionary claims that OpenIA used $100,000 online definitions. I should say not dollars. OpenAI used 100,000 online definitions to smarten up its language model. Makes it even more ironic that the dictionary makers are going to be suing AI for this, and in the dictionary there is a new word of the year, which was slop, as in AI-generated junk.
Ah.
So our dictionary makers, the originals, Webster's and all of that,
Mhm.
are suing AI for just using their information to better their language in the chat box.
That's interesting.
I read that so terribly, I feel bad. But the point is they're kind of right. The technology is using all the language and all the definitions that were accumulated over hundreds of years for use in a dictionary, which nobody picks up anymore, and they're going to sue them.
So all right, so we're suing artificial intelligence, right?
The dictionary makers are.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So who's actually named in the suit? AI? And if AI doesn't win the suit, who's responsible for the payment? Do you understand my question?
Yes.
I mean,
so let me read this. It says,
Okay.
You may be breaking a few copyright laws when your AI chat box gets sued by the actual dictionary.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, the dictionary makers are suing AI, which would be, Meta or wherever the chat box comes from. There's several different ones, but that's kind of the one everybody talks about.
Yeah.
There's Grammarly and all of those other things, but that's more on the grammar side.
So do you think if it goes to court, do you think that they'll just have a computer? Would AI represent itself? What do you think?
Now, that's a whole nother question. And I think that would make some of our lawyer friends shudder.
Yes. Yeah, right. I mean, to me, it's just another example of how far can this AI thing go?
Well, and you know, it used to be kind of simple as far as copyrights goes. It was pretty broad black line, or red line, I should say, that you didn't cross with copyright. I was in the newspaper business many years ago, and we laid up newspaper pages and printing projects, and you copied and you pasted, but it was with a scissors and paper, and the copy part was off the copy mechanism that you typed up the information on, and then you pasted it onto this sheet, and then you photographed the entire sheet, you made a negative, and then it went to press and you printed it for an offset printing process. Copy and paste now means, there's some information I can use, and I'm going to pass that along to somebody else. And the copyright side of things is really gray anymore because of internet and computers' ability to right-click and copy, paste whatever piece of information you want, pass it along, and it makes everybody a kind of a journalist. You know, the journalism thing has changed a lot too, because it used to be you had radio, newspaper, TV, and people, journalists wrote that and reported it and printed it, and that was your material. Nobody had a right to print that over again unless they got permission, and that's still the law. But you know, how are you going to enforce all that? Every day there's people copying and pasting and posting something else that somebody sent to them, and it goes on and on, right?
So I know growing up, I'll just go to speech competition. We're right in the middle of that with area kids in districts trying to qualify for state. I know when I was in speech, which was a very long time ago now, but it was always, you always had to recognize your source. You know, if you were giving a speech, and that was one of the ways basically you kind of got judged, was your sources, and then recognizing them and giving them credit for the information that you're presenting. So here's my question. Will we get to the point where, let's say we write a story or whatever, or you're doing a speech, will we have to give credit to AI if we use it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This story, written or whatever, with the assist of ChatGPT.
I don't know, Brent. I just don't know, and I don't want.
I mean, can we get sued if we don't recognize artificial intelligence? If we use, if we use them but don't give them credit, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't know the answer to that. I don't know if anybody
That probably
does.
sounds a little bit far-fetched, but
I don't know. But what we see now from 10 years ago seemed far-fetched back then.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just ownership of your words is getting more and more difficult. Written words, especially. But you can go to a meeting and record the meeting and take that audio into a software, GP or whatever, and have that converted to text. And you can kind of write a story that way. You have to rework it because the recording misunderstands words and some phrases, and there's still so much today in not what's said, but how it's said. I don't know whether, I suppose with the AI, they can distinguish what somebody meant. I mean, words can be interpreted differently, but that's a whole nother conversation as well. I mean, they can get the word. You can load the words into the computer and it'll print it out for you. It may not be exactly correct, but that can be done. Our reporting here, what I can tell you, is still kind of the old-fashioned way, although I always record the few times anymore that I cover meetings. I record it just so I can go back and verify the conversation and the information. And I would assume you have to do that if you use a AI software to print it out. But it's getting complicated.
Yeah, it's an interesting conversation.
I don't know what the chances are that the dictionary makers are going to have very much luck suing AI companies that are quite huge and quite rich and are the product of the day. I don't know if they have a chance on that or not. There's enough things in court right now.
Yeah, right.
I don't know if they'll get to that or not, Brent. Anyway, it's Oldies Day today. Pure country nuggets for you.
Mr.
26 is your time. Jeremy Shipe is in the studio. Jeremy, good morning.
Good morning.
So you have a little update or two about the fires.
Yeah, just a tiny one. No more information available. Probably it's been 12, 13 hours or so on the Morrow fire or the Cottonwood fire. Did get an update last evening on the Road 203 fire, which is the one near Halsey and Dunning, near the forest, and in the forest. That one's up to 76% contained. And they added a little more context this morning and said that they're, in fact, kind of reducing the crew number on that fire as it becomes more controllable, and they're maybe diverting them to other fires and other situations. So they're feeling pretty good about where they sit. There's continued red flag warnings and fire weather going on across the western part of the state today. So far from out of the woods. In fact, over the next couple of days, the temperature rising up is going to be an issue that they're going to be fighting against. But sounds like over the last couple of days, they've made some really good progress, and they're feeling good about where they're at. They're going to be reducing numbers, at least on that fire. Of course, the other two fires significantly larger, so bigger perimeter to secure. So we'll see if we get an update. I'd venture to guess maybe when we approach noon today, we'll get an update. The updates have kind of slowed a little bit, which I think is good because, when we first started, it was fast and furious, and about every third update was for an evacuation of some sort. And now that it's slowed down, we're just kind of getting those updates about once a day or so.
Okay, I do think that's good news. It sounds like things are slowing down just a little bit, but as you said, next few days is going to be very warm for this time of year. I don't know what the winds are going to do. We'll always want to keep those subdued if we can, because that's just a terrible combination with humidities, as you've mentioned.
Yeah, they mentioned, the wind is one thing, but like this last Sunday, the cold weather was another thing that they were battling. And they talked about it in a press conference that Governor Pillen had with the general and a couple of other folks from the Forest Service and the Cattlemen Association, things like that. They say, you forget that this is water they're spraying on these fires, and when it gets that cold and windy, you've got equipment jamming, or you've got any exposed skin on these firefighters that are on the front of a truck driving into 50-mile-an-hour winds, even at 10 miles an hour. That adds up and makes it difficult. So I think Sunday, a lot of people coming out of this will say that probably Saturday and Sunday were the toughest, but we'll hope it continues to get better from here. But it sounds like it is, so
good.
That's good, and everyone just needs to continue to be extra careful out there. Even if and when we do receive some precipitation, we're far from out of the woods. Don't think that an inch of rain is going to solve this. This is going to be a long road back. We're far from out of fire weather season.
Yeah, and I did hear yesterday the numbers on the rain we've had, and I told this at the end of the month, but even listening to you talk yesterday about the monthly totals was kind of scary, Brent. October of 25, 30 hundredths all month. An inch 31 in November is the most we've had in a number of months in 1 month. 4 hundredths in December, 13 hundredths in January, 14 hundredths in February, and what do we have? 6 hundredths all of this month of March right now. So, yeah, you're right, Jeremy. It's going to take a while to soak things up after 6 consecutive months of very, very little moisture.
All of those totals combined, you can get in a half-hour rainstorm.
Yeah.
We haven't even been able to have that, and that's over multiple months. That's insane.
Yeah, and your guys out there and the gals that have pasture, that's not enough moisture to help the pastures, and then your dams and so forth are going to be dry, so they're not going to have that available. So they don't have water to those pastures in certain areas. They're going to be having to make do their haul water and so forth. So it can make life a lot easier in a lot of different ways to get some real moisture in the ground.
I personally, I can't get enough of these. You know, we live now in a situation where sometimes you have to look a little bit harder for things that restore your faith in humanity than you feel like you should have to look. But this has been something where you haven't had to really look that hard for things that restore your faith in humanity. It feels like every time I turn around, I see somewhere on social media a convoy of those big hay trucks stacked 3 high and 3 wide with hay going from a part of the country that wasn't affected by fires to a part of the country that was affected by fires. And I know that farmers and ranchers stick together, and they certainly are here. The hard thing is that there's such a good portion of the central part of the U.S. that's being affected by fires that it's kind of going every which way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we've got folks from eastern Nebraska helping out central and western Nebraskans, and then you've got folks in, southwest Kansas that are taking hay down to Oklahoma because they've got plenty of fires going on right now as well. Then you got like eastern Oklahoma helping out eastern Kansas, and it's just kind of going all over the place.
Not to mention the severe tornadoes they've had in Oklahoma and those areas. It's kind of hard to keep track of the weather right now because it's such a mixed bag of tough weather. I mean, you have and the national media really has been concentrating on the blizzards on the East Coast and the tornadoes, as they should. And here in the center of the country, there's been some attention paid to the fires, but maybe not as much if there wasn't anything else going on.
Yeah. I think the main two things, I continue to see that fire stations are overwhelmed by the amount of tangible donations they've received. They're not to begin. Usually, fire stations, they need a place to put their gear and their trucks. There's not much. I mean, they don't build in a bunch of storage.
Right.
I've seen several fire stations that say we're out of places to put things. We so appreciate your help, but where we need help now is once we pull these trucks out of these fire situations, they've got to do things like replace tires, broken windshields from branches hitting into them. They've got to change all the filters inside of these trucks so the trucks contain the fluids. They got to do oil changes. These trucks have probably been running for a week straight. They got to do all that maintenance and clean them up and get them ready to go out and fight a fire again. So those are all things that cost money. And that's in every single post I see, you can tell that they are uncomfortable telling people like, thank you for your help, but we've had enough of that kind of help.
Yeah.
We need this kind of help now. But it's really kind of what they have to do because of the amount of help they've received.
Yeah. I think that is a good problem to have, but it is, you're right. You can only have so much floor space to store that sort of thing. I know that Drew Gaffney, when he was doing his report for Burwell and Broken Bow Livestock, mentioned, you can get a hold of them. They have some contacts. I think sometimes people worry, especially on helping out the ranchers. They're going to have some fencing to replace hay that they lost, that sort of thing. And you kind of worry about just writing a check or sending money to an organization that you're not familiar with. So always go through Nebraska Cattlemen or somebody that you know that will get that money to those people. Or
Nebraska Cattlemen have a fund set up where you don't even have to be a Nebraska Cattlemen member in order to receive those funds. So I know they've been updating that information regularly. Also, the Nebraska Department of Agriculture has continued to update. I think yesterday they put out a updated release that has several locations in each of the counties affected by fires that are drop-off locations if you have extra fence posts or hay, or those are distribution points. And then they are organizing and rolling out the folks needed to distribute those to farmers and ranchers who need it. Yeah. So those are the two big ones that I know of. As far as helping out in our immediate listening area, the firefighters that are going to see a cost inhibitance to this and going and helping out. I do know that there is a fund set up at the Custer County Foundation for firefighters on the local side. If you want to make a donation and see to it that supports all of the Custer County area firefighters, I do know that fund exists.
And Brent, you talked with Deb McCaslin yesterday about feeding all of those volunteers, especially in those larger fire areas. I think she told me, and I didn't get to hear your interview yesterday, that this is being done out of North Platte. Is that correct?
Yeah. North Platte. They also, I believe, were distributing them out of Ogallala as well.
Yeah.
As far as the two places kind of within our area that they were making the meals, I think they had a trailer maybe they were working out of in Gothenburg, but as far as making them and distributing them, I believe Deb mentioned Ogallala and North Platte.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, we did have a call yesterday. A listener wanted to give a hand, so we got him connected to the right folks to get him headed to help out with that. So if you want to do that, Deb McCaslin is spearheading it, kind of getting people from this area to go that way and help out. So.
A couple of other things. I know that they were saying that yesterday 911 was receiving several calls when it comes to the area of these fires. People saying they were seeing smoke after they hadn't seen smoke for a little while. They indicated that is likely ash being blown up into the air. And they, of course, appreciate the calls, but enough calls were coming in about that ash going into the air that it was kind of tying up the lines to where they wouldn't be able to receive calls about new fires if they happen. So if you see what you believe to be smoke in the area of these fires that have already cropped up, they weren't necessarily discouraging you to call, but they thought maybe just think about it a little bit before you call in. But certainly if there was a fire in an area you had not seen before, to give a call in and let them know about it. So that was one thing. And then on the donation side, they've been having people show up on the scene at the distribution locations where they are organizing and telling fire, like an active area with their donations. And they said, please don't do that. I mean, if anything, go to the fire station in town and make your donation there or through one of those avenues we talked about. Don't drive to where the fire crews are setting up and going out.
Yeah, that's always best to give them the room they need to do what they do. So,
yep.
All right. Thank you, Jeremy. Appreciate that. Before you go, we have women's basketball today, the Huskers. And tomorrow we've got the Husker men's team taking on Troy. That's an early game.
It is.
And I've heard a lot of discussion. I met with some guys yesterday afternoon who discussed mostly the men's game coming up. And they say it would be a successful season. Now, I'm going to throw this at you, and you guys will be a successful season if they just win one game in the tournament.
Yeah.
Because they've never done that before. Do you guys agree?
Yeah. I mean, I certainly think they can win more than one, but you got to win that one first. I think is the general consensus. And then you feel like you're playing with house money, so to speak. It's all gravy. It's all icing on the cake from there on out. But you got to take care of business in this first game.
Got to get the monkey off your back. I mean, the entire nation knows that Nebraska has never won an NCAA men's tournament game. Yeah. So for the guys and for the program, it'd be nice to just kind of get that monkey off the back and be able to move on. But as far as the season is concerned, I think it's been highly successful already up to this point. I mean, it's been a record-breaking year.
Lots of firsts.
But, yeah, right on. But if you do lose in the opening round, it just kind of
tarnishes it.
Yes, good word to use. So hopefully they can get it done, move on, and we'll see what happens.
Well, from the lengthy discussion that I really just listened to for the most part yesterday, and it was very in-depth.
Yeah. I wish I would have been there to be a part of that
Yeah,
discussion.
that sounds like a good one.
fun.
They really have to, according to the experts I was with, they really have to get back to hitting those 3-pointers to open up the rest of their game, because they're just not very big as compared to some of the other teams that they'll be. If they win the first one, then they'll be starting to play those guys with 7 foot, 300 pounds middlemen. So they that 3-pointer, according to my experts, say they got to start hitting those better than they have been.
Making shots in general, you tend to win more basketball games the more shots you make. Is basically what it. I mean, I'm not even being a smart aleck about
Right
it. I
on,
mean,
man.
it is a shot. You got to make shots to win basketball games, and as of late, they've made less shots, not only from beyond the arc, but just in general than they've made all season. And their points per game on some players that have been really good for them have not been as good. So they got to ramp it up a little bit. They got to start seeing some of those fall. Also, the surprise factor for Nebraska being good is not there anymore. It's people know the potential that they have. They know that Bryce Sanford can go out there and tear the net down from 3. I mean, the way that guy's getting guarded is insane. He's got to run 3 marathons in a game as much as he runs around just to get an open shot.
Yeah.
So you got to be creative, and I think we've got a guy at head coach that can can do it. He's
already
a smart
proven that.
guy.
Well, the expert conversation I heard also agrees with that. And they said we're scouted now. They know how to defend the team better than they did when it was a surprise halfway through the season or even 3/4 through the season. So they know how to apply pressure in the right places.
Well, if any of you know me and listen to high school games that I do the play-by-play of, I'm a big fan of hustle. Hustle can put a bandage on other things that maybe aren't going exactly your way. And hustle in the NCAA tournament can take you far. I mean, there's a lot of teams that have made a run based purely on hustle sometimes. So I'm excited for it. I think it should be a lot of fun.
Now, you guys I will be up to Brent's yard most of the day, the next couple of days, working on his bird habitat and bird feeder.
Now it's not even a bird bath. It's now a bird habitat that we're
that sounds
creating.
large.
Good
What's the
grief.
square footage on your yard again?
Well, obviously not big enough, it sounds like to me.
Well, that's a big bird bath coming in if I can get it approved by the surveyor.
He just digs a pool.
yeah, it's just going to be a big hole in the yard.
Front yard. You do have a corner lot. That's a good place for a good
it is
sized
a corner
bird
lot.
bath.
So I guess what I'm saying is I won't be here during the men's game, so I assume you guys will still be productive and not being, like.
Well, it's over the lunch hour. The beginning of it is.
Yeah. Well, how long will your lunch be?
Well, just an hour.
I'm just listen.
Because we got Kent to listen to. Past that.
You're talking to the sports director, so that's what I'm going to be doing tomorrow, covering sports.
There you go.
Oh boy. Here's Clint Black.
have fun, and that's important. From sales to service, Agland ATV loves serving the great people of Central Nebraska. West Highway 2, Broken Bow. Online at aglandatv.net and on Facebook.
Moline Seed and Fence was founded by the Moline family in 2014 southwest of Callaway with a simple concept: to serve farmers and ranchers by providing quality fencing and livestock supplies. They've continued to grow to meet the demands of livestock producers, providing watering products and fencing products of all kinds. From barbed wire to hedge posts, creosote posts, pipe, and panels, call Moline Seed and Fence today and have their team help you lay out your next project at 308-529-0781 or visit them online at molineseedandfence.com.
RT Ace Hardware in Broken Bow is excited to announce we've reached an agreement with the parent company of Aeroseed to continue the popular 5-step fertilizer program locally. It's the same fertilizer and the same vendors before, plus the heavy-duty, reliable fertilizer spreaders from Aeroseed available for our customers to use. If you are on the Aeroseed program, we have your contact information and will be reaching out soon. All this was just a $2 per 1,000 square feet increase. Stop by RT Ace Hardware in Broken Bow. Get signed up.
All right, it's 8:48, some in-depth conversations about several different things, from dictionaries to AI to the terrible fires we've had and to basketball. Right now, though, we're going to dive into some jobs and different things here. Real quick, we want to let you know that Sylvester's in Broken Bow is looking for a waitress/bartender. If you do not have experience, that's not a problem. They're happy to train the right person and help them grow into the role. So this position offers approximately 30 to 35 hours per week, a great opportunity for someone looking for steady, flexible work. And they invite you to come be a part of the Sly family, where teamwork, friendly faces, and a little fun are all part of the job. And you can stop by Sylvester's, East Highway 2 in Broken Bow, or give Freddie a call at 308-870-3284, 870-3284. And I might just add that in visiting with Freddie, the tips are very, very generous there, and you'd be surprised how much money you'll take home working for Sylvester's in Broken Bow.
All right. Hey, it's Wednesday, so we better tell you what's for Wednesday at Chapin's Interiors and Square One Boutique on the south side of the square in Broken Bow. Going on right now, the huge winter clearance continues with their winter fashions. Here's the deal. Buy one item, save 50%. Buy two items, save 60%. Buy three items and save 75%. So the more you buy, the more you save. Also, they remind you to reserve your prom tux now if you have an upcoming prom, and they are coming up. You even have the option to purchase your tuxedo or suit. Lola can get you fitted and find the perfect style just for you. And another neat thing that Lola does is donates $10 to your school for each tux rental. Also, make sure you're checking out the new spring merchandise. It's arriving daily, and it's worth stopping in to check out all these great deals at Chapin's and Square One Boutique. So that's what's for Wednesday. Their huge winter clearance continues. Buy one item, save 50%. Buy two items, save 60%. Buy three items, and save a huge 75%. That is what's for Wednesday at Chapin's Interiors and Square One Boutique.
Tomorrow it's Sip and Shop at Rustic and Red in Cozad. Great sales and great friends gather on the third Thursday of the month of each month to get together, do some shopping, have some fun, and get ready for spring and any occasion that you might need a gift for. So they're ready to go tomorrow, and the sales will run all day tomorrow, 10 a.m. until 7 p.m. The sipping starts at 4 p.m. at Rustic and Red in downtown Cozad.
All right, let's tell you what's showing at the movies at the at the Fox Theater in Broken Bow. And here is what is currently showing. You'll have the opportunity to take these in tonight and tomorrow night. Currently showing Reminders of Him, a perfect outing with her boyfriend. Kenna makes an unbearable mistake that sends her to prison for 7 years. So find out more as to what that's about. It's Reminders of Him, and it is showing now at the Fox Theater. Also showing now Crime 101. A master thief and an insurance broker join forces for a big heist while a determined detective pursues them to prevent The Multi-Million-Dollar Crime. Crime 101, showing tonight and tomorrow night at the Fox Theater. Also, the new Disney Pixar film is showing at the Fox Theater. Hoppers is out. When scientists discover a way to transform human consciousness into robotic animals, Mabel uses the new technology to uncover mysteries of the animal world. Hoppers, rated PG, great family film from Disney and Pixar, and it is showing now at the Fox Theater. So let's look ahead, showing Friday through the weekend. Remaining at the theater will be Reminders of Him. That will continue to show. Also, Hoppers sticks around. That'll show through the weekend into next week as well. And then a new movie coming to the Fox Theater. Previews of this look really good. Ryan Gosling is starring in Project Hail Mary. He plays science teacher Ryland Grace, who wakes up on a spaceship with no recollection of who he is or how he got there. Project Hail Mary, it's rated PG-13. It'll start showing on Friday and run through the weekend into next week at the Fox Theater in Broken Bow.
All right, this one goes out to Sean.
Well, I woke up Sunday morning with no way to hold my head. That didn't hurt.
And businesses grow strong, and every decision made locally by people who know your name and your goals. Whether it's helping a student start saving or a neighbor open a small business, they're proud to invest in you and in our community. Nebraska State Bank and Trust, leading, serving, growing. Member FDIC.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
It's 8:59, a minute away from the top, so I'll turn things over to Brent. Is there anything you wanted to highlight in 60 seconds, my good friend and neighbor?
Oh, my goodness.
Brother and son, all in one?
Well, we've kind of talked about Husker basketball. I will mention this since we have just a few seconds here. Want to let you know that I know when we run Husker broadcasts, people, I've had people tell me this, they like to use the app and listen to the streaming of the game through the Thunderbird app.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we received confirmation as to how this is going to work for the NCAA tournament. The women's games will be allowed to be streamed, so we will have those streaming on KBBN.com and the Thunderbird app. But for the men, there's no streaming that will be allowed outside of the NCAA. So even if you like to listen to the game on Huskers.com or through the Nebraska Huskers app, they will not be able to stream it for the NCAA men's tournament games. So the only way you can hear Kent Pavelka or the Huskers radio call is to listen to it on the radio. And so just want to make sure you folks are aware of that. Like tomorrow when the game is in progress, if you try to listen online, we'll be silent during the course of the Nebraska men's game tomorrow. But you can listen to the game on KBBN 95.3 FM.
News is next.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. Another top Iranian official is dead. Linda Gradstein reports from Jerusalem.
Israel's defense minister Yisrael Katz announced the killing of the Iranian intelligence minister and promised what he called significant surprises that would escalate the war against both Iran and Hezbollah in Lebanon.
Qatar blaming Israel for an attack that set fire to an offshore natural gas field it shares with Iran. Iran media says the national women's soccer teams returned home after seeking asylum in Australia. Lines getting even longer at airports amid a growing number of TSA sickouts. Acting Administrator Adam Stahl.
If the call rate does climb, there could be scenarios where we may have to shut down airports. This is a serious situation.
L.A. paramedic Joe Jackson's been busy amid a heat wave that sent temperatures into the upper 90s.
We live in an area where we do have a lot of older adults, and a lot of these older buildings don't have central air conditioning.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Steve DeSager.
The Miami Dolphins traded wide receiver Jalen Waddle to Denver, which gives up first and third rounders. Philadelphia signed wide receiver Hollywood Brown from Kansas City. In the NCAA basketball tournament, the first four in Dayton saw Howard beat UMBC 86-83. Howard versus Michigan Thursday night. And Texas will face BYU Thursday. Texas won 68-66 over NC State on a last-second jumper. NIT first-round wins for Oklahoma State, Wichita State and for Tulsa in overtime. In the NBA, Oklahoma City won its 9th straight game, 113-108 at Orlando. 40 points for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Blowout wins late night for Denver and San Antonio. Indiana lost its 14th straight. Washington lost its 13th in a row. And Venezuela beat the U.S. 3-2 in the final of the World Baseball Classic. Top of the ninth, Eugenio Suarez an RBI double.
Here's your weatherology forecast. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. 78 today under mainly clear skies. Winds out of the northwest, 8 to 15 miles per hour. Mainly clear again. Tonight, lows dip down to about 40. 81 tomorrow, clear skies. Lots of sunshine and dry. Friday and Saturday, low 80s. Friday, upper 80s by Saturday. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
Wow. From safer devices to smarter solutions, BD is committed to making healthcare better, safer, and easier. At BD, it's not just about technology, it's about people and helping everyone live healthier lives. BD, advancing the world of health together.
All right. Lower and mid-80s? That's crazy. Speaking of having a conversation like it didn't used to be this way. Gosh.
Yeah, and I think I'd have to look at the forecast, but I think you go from Saturday to Sunday, and you could see about a 20-degree difference between the 2 days.
Well, it's currently 45. We'll call it partly cloudy. You can see some sun burning through. Wind's not a factor right now, which is great. Barometric pressure rising at 29.99. Humidity at 71%. High yesterday, 66 with an overnight low of 35. Sunset today at 7:48. Sunrise tomorrow morning at 7:43. Just a trace of precipitation as Jack described. We had a few sprinkles yesterday on the windshield, and that was just about it. 600 precipitation for the entire month thus far of March. And that's a look at the weather. We're playing oldies today. Here's some Rainbow Stew.
on the heavy equipment and vehicles you need in a Ritchie Brothers Midwest Regional event happening March 26th and 27th. Inventory is at Ritchie Brothers locations in Columbus, Chicago, Detroit, Minneapolis, Kansas City, and Lincoln with in-person inspections available. Bid on a wide selection of excavators, loaders, dump trucks, and truck tractors. Don't miss this great opportunity. Visit rbauction.com/Columbus to sign up. That's rbauction.com/Columbus.
Brent and Dave with you. It's 9 minutes past the hour. If you're just tuning in, we played the Mind Match game this morning, and Deb Reiner was our contestant, and she did not answer 3 out of 5 questions that were asked to yours truly. I will admit, I think somebody else should probably answer some questions because I'm not the easiest guy to match. So, but it's a $100 jackpot now. And so next week, next Wednesday, you have a chance to play, but you need to join the contestant pool on the contest page of sandhillsexpress.com. Also, you'll find details on how the game actually works. So next Wednesday at 7:45, it's all brought to you by the Garden Center and Gateway Motors. Also want to thank our businesses who make the video stream of the breakfast show available, and they include A1 Auto Repair, Culligan, Custer County Foundation, Designs of Distinction, Ferreter Auto Parts, Grand Generation Manor, Hunter's Towing, Ideal Realty, Off-Broadway Assisted and Independent Living, Ross Electric and the Heritique, Runza of Broken Bow, and V-Bar Trailer Sales. Thank you so much for those folks out there watching and listening. It's because of those great businesses that we can bring it to you in that fashion. And Brent?
Yes, Dave?
What about one more job opening?
Okay, yeah.
Or a couple, I guess.
Yeah, right on, yeah. All of these job openings are through Myers Construction, and they are hiring for multiple positions right now at Myers Construction in Broken Bow, seeking dependable team members for the following positions. Looking for a diesel mechanic, a welder fabricator, an electrical apprentice, a construction laborer, a pipe fitter and plumbing technician, and a concrete worker finisher. Competitive pay based on experience. Travel could be required, so obviously a valid driver's license is required. To apply, you can visit their website, which is Myers, MYERS, construct.com. If you'd like more information, you can give them a call at 308-872-5469. Myers Construction in Broken Bow, now hiring.
All right. Have you ever noticed how fashions come back? I guess one of the best examples would be bell-bottoms. They were big in the late 60s, early 70s, and then they went away. And then they've come back a couple of times, if not more. Different styles, different fashions. Pretty soon they go, oh, those are terrible. Don't wear those. And then in a few years, they come back and they're popular again.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that, Brent?
I've no idea. It's amazing how things come back. I read a story yesterday talking about vinyl records.
Yes.
And how last year more vinyl records had been sold. That was the most vinyl records sold since 1983. So
that's amazing.
Yeah, like over 1 billion record albums, vinyl records were sold last year.
And I should note, a side note to that if you buy a full album of vinyl now of a particular artist, it's going to be about $30.
Yeah.
And we used to buy them for $5.99.
Yeah,
something
right.
like that. So that's changed too. But
yes, yeah, things I guess just kind of come back around sometimes.
Yeah, vinyl is great. Sounds great. Little pop and crack here and there, but the audio is great. So the most interesting part of a study, I know you're going to like this.
I love those.
Northwestern University's latest discovery that it isn't that fashion trends repeat now every 20 years. It's that now styles are returning in half the time. Just took all of the throwbacks from 2016, for instance. Researchers used mathematical modeling to determine that up until the 80s, it took about 20 years, 2 decades, for us to love a particular style and then hate it and then love it again. Ironically, music videos and social media have cut the fashion cycle in half. So give it about 7, 8, 10 years, and it probably will be back. So it's faster now. So I think you'd look good in some bell-bottoms.
As long as the, I don't know, when I was growing up, the big thing in the 80s was the knit tie. You remember those?
Oh, kind of.
The knit tie with the square bottom at the end of it.
Yeah.
At the bottom of it.
Square bottom, yeah.
I don't think they've come back around yet.
I haven't seen
I don't
those.
believe.
Well, not as many people wear ties, although I shouldn't say that. They mix things up. You wear a suit coat with a tie, and now you wear tennis shoes with them.
Yeah.
Well, they're not really tennis shoes, but sports shoes.
Sure.
You see that all the time on, celebrities wear tennis shoes with their suits. Award-winning celebrities, wear tennis shoes, and it's okay now. Used to be kind of different.
Yeah.
Now everybody's wearing tennis shoes because it's more comfortable with a suit.
Right on.
They still wear the tie. I want to see turtlenecks make a comeback. I always liked turtlenecks.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, as you get older, when you kind of turn into a chicken neck. As you get older, it'd be great to have a turtleneck over your chicken neck.
Well, right. Yeah. Kind of hides some of the flaws.
Yeah. And something I don't think will ever go out of style here in central Nebraska is being a redneck.
Yeah.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra vutrisiran is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
When it comes to fungicide, many growers only think about disease control.
Tar spot, tar spot.
At Bayer, we handle tar spot, but we also think beyond disease control.
Tar spot. Wait, how?
With Delaro Complete, it has 3 modes of action.
3 modes of action?
We also think about boosting overall plant health in many ways.
Huh. Better greening, increased stalk strength, higher grain fill.
Now you're thinking. Thinking complete with Bayer. Learn more at delarocomplete.us. Always read and follow pesticide label directions.
At Channel, we always show up for our farmers.
Is that tar spot or rust?
Incoming!
Definitely rust.
Rick, how did you? Dropping in to check on your crop, Bill. Let's call your agronomist before that rust can hurt your yield.
That sounds great, but when do you learn to skydive?
Self-taught, Bill. Kind of a prodigy.
From personalized insights to year-round support, Channel Seed Pros always show up. Visit channel.com to learn more. Channel, all in, all season. Read and follow pesticide label directions, grain marketing, and other stewardship practices.
9:20. Dave and Brent with you here on this wonderful Wednesday morning. Probably a lot of you wouldn't follow the loss of Dolores Keane, a very famous Irish vocalist, female vocalist, and she was thought of in Ireland as kind of the queen of the voices of Ireland on that plateau, on that platform. And she worked with John Prine when he was putting together the album In Spite of Ourselves. And with the help of my wife yesterday, we found this and pulled it up. I thought it might be kind of fun to listen to. She's got a great voice, John Prine and her working together. And the song itself, I think you're going to enjoy. It's got a little story to it. It's about living in a small town.
Nice.
And we lost Dolores recently, and of course we lost John Prine some time ago, but their music lives on, and they did this duet together off of that album. And In a Town This Size is the name of the song, and it's I think you'll like it. I think you'll like it. I get sentimental when I hear John Prine. I really do. I'll just tell you right now, it brings a tear to my eye.
Great storyteller.
Well, all right, today is Wednesday, right? So today the Weisert Church is putting on the Sermons a la carte to be held at the Broken Bow United Methodist Church. It starts at 12:05 today. They'll begin with a half-hour worship service followed by a lunch with a free will donation. Those who need to return to work are invited to the front of the line just in time, get back to work, and just in time to have worship, food, and fellowship today at the United Methodist Church. And this is also National Awkwards Moment Day. I meant to mention that.
Oh.
And later on this week, a very big day about something you mentioned recently, which I think is so important. Do you remember what day that is?
Won't You Be My Neighbor Day, coming up on Friday.
I love that one, too.
Uh-huh.
That is a good one.
Can't wait to feel like I celebrate that day every day of the year.
I'm glad you feel that way.
Won't you be my neighbor?
I am so glad you feel that way. So while we're... I'm killing time, I should say. Would you mind thanking some of our... I can do half of it if you have your Ag Month sponsors there. And I'm going to pull up another John Prine with... I think you'll like. We'll get that. But first, we need to thank some businesses.
This is Ag Month in the month of March, and we've been running some special ag salutes on KCNI and KBBN radio. Listen, we know that how important agriculture is here where we live, and we want to say thanks to these businesses who are helping us salute our ag producers and agriculture during this month. And we say thanks to Prod Irrigation, Terry Sterner with La Crosse Seed, Grazier's Solutions and Supply, Custer Public Power District, V-Bar Trailer Sales, Bailey Crop, Hermsmeyer Agronomy, Ag Curate Technology, also Mount Custer Truck Sales, Downey Drilling, Mead Lumber, Sylvester's, A1 Auto, and Power Solutions.
Trotter Service and Woe and Go, Trotter Fertilizer, Brad White, Mills Hardware, Farm Credit Services of America, 450 Ag, Broken Bow Auto Parts, the Custer Federal State Bank, Nebraska State Bank and Trust, and Tri-S Ag, all bringing you Ag Salutes on KCNI and KBBN during this Ag Month.
And some other businesses that have been added to the list. Looks like these just got added, perhaps. So want to say thanks to Central Nebraska Diesel, Evans Feed, Grocery Cart, Sargent Tire, and Agribest Feeds in Callaway. Thanks to all of those businesses helping us salute our ag producers during Agriculture Month.
Neighbor, I need your help.
Okay.
Before we close the show.
Yes, how can I help?
Well, first of all, I want you to try to be flexible the next couple of days when there's activity in your yard. I'm not going to do any construction or any intrusion to the soil. So just be patient with me. Secondly, the song, It's a Cheating Situation. Do you recall on the countryside who sang that song?
I'm trying... I think I know the song. It was a female artist, correct?
I'm not sure.
This is just a wild guess. Kitty Wells.
That's a good guess. Mo Bandy and Janie Fricky did it together.
Oh, okay.
But there might have been one before.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it just popped up when I keyed it in.
Okay.
Mo Bandy and Janie Fricky. Well, off that same In Spite of Ourselves album that John Prine released, which was so successful, he did another duet with Dolores Keane of Ireland, who just recently passed away, and they did It's a Cheating Situation. And so not only is it a little tough sometimes to have privacy in a small town, it's tough to have a cheating situation.
Yes.
It can be in a small town or anywhere for that matter. So we're going to close with that. Thanks, Brent. I appreciate it.
You bet. Thank you, Dave.
This is John Prine and Dolores Keane together. 9:32 is your time. We must go now, but I did would like to ask you another quick favor before we close the show.
Wow, okay.
As a neighbor and good friend and all of that, do you mind if I use your tools? Do you have some tools in the garage there that I could just use? Because otherwise I'm going to need a hammer to put stakes in and things to mark off the area for the bird sanctuary. It's turned into a sanctuary.
I was just going to say, now it's a bird sanctuary? Oh, my goodness. We'll probably have this humongous, gigantic net or something all the way over the yard.
Well, and
you'll have to unzip it in order to walk in.
Well, nothing like that.
Okay.
I'm willing to put a sign up, Brent's Bird Sanctuary.
Oh.
But I need some tools, and if I could just use yours, I wouldn't have to carry them back and forth from my house to your house. So, do you mind?
We'll talk after the show.
Okay, good neighbor.
Yeah. See ya.